The first General Direct of 2020 is so close, I can just about taste it. It feels like it is right around the corner. And even though we don't know the exact date, we do know that soon Nintendo has to drop a motherload of information about the Switch and its games. They've got to reveal their plans. 2020 is cruising along, and we know very little. I feel like you can't go more than 2 minutes on Twitter without seeing someone asking when the Direct will be, faking an announcement to torture the rest of us, or just being downright sad that the announcement hasn't happened yet. It feels like it could burst at any moment, and it also feels like a new Nintendo Direct is imminent. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Today we're breaking down my top 10 predictions for this new Direct, for this first General Direct of 2020. I am telling you it is close. I am telling you it is near. And here is what is going to go down. Let me know in the comments down below what your number one prediction for this big show is. I want to know what your expectation is for the first General Direct of 2020. Hit that like button if you're ready for it. How could you not be? How the heck could you not be ready for it? I'm going to get you ready with this list of 10. Number one, we're going to start off with a big one. I think that the holiday game for 2020 is going to be teased and known by the end of this Direct. Now that may sound crazy, but consider the past. In 2019, Pokemon Sword and Shield were unveiled via a Pokemon Direct in February. In 2018, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was revealed in a General Direct at the beginning of March. We are approaching mid-February. If there is a Direct, it's going to be in February or March, hopefully the former, not the latter. And I think they will stick to their plan and stick to the process that they've established in years past and give us a glimpse of what we can expect come November, their big title. Now, a lot of people have been hoping that Breath of the Wild 2 would see a quickened development cycle and reach our faces this fall, especially because it makes good sense. It could compete against the next-gen consoles and be Nintendo's big huzzah to say, hey, the Switch is the console you want to have. The game is the greatest across all platforms, and it's evolving and building on the boldest, biggest, best Zelda ever. But recently we've heard that Breath of the Wild 2 may be taking a little bit longer and might not be coming until 2021. We've also heard that the Switch Pro ain't happening this year. Furukawa himself said no new Switch models in 2020, and I feel like Breath of the Wild 2 is a title that you use to help launch a new iteration of the Switch. We've also heard that an unexpected big title involving wheels may be Nintendo's 2020 holiday game. So this might be where you see a glimpse of Mario Kart Ultimate, or whatever they end up calling their Mario Kart, that rivals what Smash Bros. Ultimate did for Smash Bros. I think they bring in a bunch more characters. I think they expand the track list and the locales that the game travels to, and I think they deliver a phenomenal Mario Kart, because 8 is amazing, and 8 Deluxe has sold 22 plus million copies. There is an audience for this game that is gargantuan, and if Nintendo wants something that differentiates themselves from PlayStation and Xbox, a new Mario Kart would do just that this holiday. And if that's their game, we see it at the Direct. Number two is that we find out the fate of Doom Eternal. Now, of course the game is coming, but by fate I mean if it's going to release anytime soon, or if this thing is getting shifted to the fall. Because if Nintendo talks about Doom Eternal in this Direct, well then, by golly, it is coming shortly after the March 20 launch of Doom Eternal on other platforms. But if it is absent from this new Direct, I think that game gets pushed towards the holiday season. I think Nintendo utilizes that as a third-party title for much later in the year. Now, we don't know exactly why the Switch version got moved from day and date to a nebulous release in 2020. Many have suspected it's because Animal Crossing New Horizons also releases on March 20th, and after Doom Eternal got pushed from 2019 into Q1 2020, Nintendo sure don't want Tom Nook and the Doomslayer clashing on the exact same day of the week. So we're going to learn if it's going to be a 1 month wait, a 3 month wait, or perhaps a 6-7 month wait. I really hope it's shorter, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is indeed longer. I also think there won't be a major third-party game. This is prediction number 3. There won't be a major new third-party game. I feel like we should learn our lesson that Nintendo is not going to go out and grab a huge haul of multi-platform new titles. The Outer Worlds is coming, and maybe it gets a mention here. It has been delayed due to coronavirus, so it'll be coming a couple months later. It was supposed to release March 6th, not happening. I think we just get some coverage of the ports that are releasing soon. So Saints Row 4 Reelected, Metro Redux. I think the BioShock collection that has been seen in rating boards pops up here. Now those are nice gets, those are ports, but I think the third-party conversation in this direct stays pretty low-key and revolves around these titles from yesteryear coming to the console finally. Number 4 is a Paper Mario reveal. Now this rumor has been touted by many different sources, and it makes good sense. We're in year 4 of Switch. Many franchises have already shown their face, and Paper Mario would be a fantastic one, especially if it's a return to form as the predictions and rumors state. I loved the OG Paper Marios. People have been clamoring for an HD version of Thousand Year Door for ages, but what's better than a remake of Thousand Year Door? A brand new title for Switch that takes advantage of everything that made Thousand Year Door great. So if we can deliver awesome jokes and storytelling, we know they still got jokes aplenty. Color Splash did have that. But if the gameplay returns to the RPG roots, this will be awesome. I feel like Paper Mario could be their big summer title. I feel like it makes sense to get Mario out there around the June E3 time. And even though that's a ways away from when we expect this direct to take place, it'll get people really excited to see Paper Mario return to form, and it gives Nintendo a really big hitter to mesh in and move us down the calendar line after Animal Crossing New Horizons. Prediction number 5 is that Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2 character number 1 gets a reveal. We gotta start knowing what we're paying for, people. Sakurai said, I hope that you guys will buy and pre-order the Fighters Pass Volume 2 without knowing who's in it. It's a pretty bold ask. It's easy for Smash Bros. Fans, but I think a lot of people want to know what they're getting into. And I think we get our first glimpse here. They can't really save it too long. You know, 1, they've got to start coming out with characters, and 2, I think they do want to be transparent about what the heck you're getting. Now, if you remember how Fighters Pass Volume 1 started off, it began with Joker. And that was a tone setter, because it let us know that Nintendo was courting third-party companies to bring their fighters to Smash Bros. So I think this first character, I don't know who it is, we've heard a lot of different things, I think it sets the tone. So if we do get another third-party figurehead, like a Dante from Devil May Cry, or a Crash from Crash Bandicoot, that will inform us that this pack, again, is going to be bringing gaming legends from other places. But if they decide to start with a Geno, or maybe something crazy like the Ring Fit Trainer, given how popular that game has been, that will indicate that Nintendo is maybe going closer to the chest and favoring Nintendo in-house characters for this pass. Remember, Sakurai says that Nintendo has already decided the characters. They pick them. He's also said maybe there's too many Fire Emblem characters, so goodness gracious, it's not going to be a Fire Emblem rep, but I think we find out who it is in the direct. Number 6 is that Nintendo Switch Online gets a big drop. Now, that'll most likely be new SNES titles. In fact, the last General Direct featured the unveiling of the SNES catalog on Nintendo Switch Online. Of course, Virtual Console is not what it used to be, and they don't even release a couple games a month anymore, but it would be really nice to get a big pack of SNES games to add value to Nintendo Switch Online. That's something that Furukawa talks about again and again, how important Nintendo Switch Online is to the company. And we've seen that the install base, the user base for Switch Online has doubled year over year from 8 million paying customers to about 15 million, which is honestly pretty remarkable. So I think they reward all of those subscribers with new SNES games. Although there's a chance we get another freebie akin to Tetris 99. And that was a really cool get for Switch Online fans and Switch Online subscribers. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Nintendo want to double down and deliver something similar in 2020. But my bet goes on a bundle of new SNES games. And baby, we better be getting Donkey Kong Country. Well, it looks like I might be King Koopa Stradamus after all, because right after I hit stop on this recording, Nintendo goes and announces some new NES and SNES games to be added next week. We've got 2 SNES games and 2 NES games, and so while I'd love to see more SNES games hit the Switch at a later date, and I think it's a possibility, we now may see more of a free game for Nintendo Switch Online be what happens at this Direct, but I do firmly believe that Nintendo still will address their Nintendo Switch Online audience either with more SNES games on top of this announcement, or maybe something a little bit different. But goodness gracious, was that hilarious and perfect timing. I think I'm onto something. Number 7 is Hollow Knight Silksong Says Hello. Guys and girls, it's been a full year since its announcement. It was February 14th, 2019 that this game was unveiled. And they said Nintendo Switch would be the console to get the game at launch. It might move elsewhere afterwards. But while originally planned as a DLC pack for Hollow Knight, Silksong is a full-on sequel, and people have been eagerly anticipating this game. We got to see and play it at E3 last year, so it needs to be far along in order for them to get a demo out, and I think it's time that we find out, maybe not a date, but a range, a window. I fully expect to see more Hollow Knight Silksong. I think that's a big enough game that deserves a placement in the General Direct, not in an indie world type presentation. So I believe it gets spotted here. It's been a year. Team Cherry does amazing work, and we need a big indie game to really look forward to. Each year I feel has a couple of top tier titles, and I'll argue that Kunai is already one of those for 2020. But Hollow Knight Silksong will get people real excited for the rest of the year in terms of the eShop. Number 8, you guys have probably been waiting. When's the Wii U prediction, right? When's the Wii U prediction? That's what everyone says is happening. And here you go. I'm going to blow your minds a bit and go completely counter to what everyone else is going to be saying out there. The obvious answer is that Super Mario 3D World or Pikmin 3 get revealed, and those are coming soon. Emily Rogers has talked about it. Everyone is talking about it. Those are the games from Wii U that people want. Now that Wonderful 101 has hit Kickstarter and is coming in April, we sure know it's not that. What else could it be from Wii U? Well, I'm going to say that instead of the obvious, Nintendo loves to circumvent expectations. They love to come out and do completely the opposite of what you think they're going to do. So while everyone is waiting for Mario 3D World and Pikmin 3, and believe me, I still think we get those just at a later conference, I think this time we actually get a different port from a past Nintendo console. Do you know what it is? It's the Metroid Prime Trilogy. Everything states that they have been sitting on this game for a while, and with Metroid Prime 4 a ways off, I think Nintendo is ready to launch us back into Samus' stratosphere. This will be a big money move for the hardcore fans, and I think it'll get people really excited. Probably more excited than Mario 3D World or Pikmin 3. Although, baby, Pikmin, a new Pikmin, you could do wonders to my heart with that. But I know that's probably an E3 type announcement, or maybe it's just a dream announcement. Metroid Prime Trilogy, though, it's happening at some point, and this could be the perfect time. I really would keep your eyes out for Samus to return to Switch in this Direct. Number 9, it's a simple one, but one that needs to happen, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition getting a date. We saw this game last year. There are some players that are very excited about this one. Myself, it's not my favorite title, but I think we'll find out when it releases. I don't expect Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition to be saved for any of the fall months, so I think this is a pre-E3 release. March is getting pretty packed with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Animal Crossing, but maybe this fits nicely in April or May, and I expect to see a definitive date for this definitive edition. My 10th and final prediction is one that I'm personally really excited about, and it is that Nintendo drops a new Switch-like color or edition. They're stingy with Joy-Con. I love me some Joy-Con. I feel like I'm the biggest Joy-Con fan out there. I will sing their praises and their crazy cool colors, and I'm super excited about the pastel turnaround with that Animal Crossing New Horizons bundle. But I think Nintendo Joy-Con are still a ways off. We got new Joy-Con in the Animal Crossing. I don't think they're ready. They really came at us hard with the orange and the purple and the new blue last fall, but I think they save some time between their next release. But what they can do is get the Switch Lite going again. We had an awesome special edition, the Zacian and Zamazenta edition, that came alongside Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's a fantastic Switch Lite. It is the Switch Lite I have in use. And there are the 3 original colors, the cool teal and the banana yellow and the basic gray. But it's time for a new look. I don't think it's Animal Crossing because if you notice, it seems like Nintendo is alternating heavy hitters with their console counterparts. Pokemon gets Switch Lite, Animal Crossing gets regular Switch. What other game could get a Switch Lite? Well, if Paper Mario is unveiled, that would be a perfect fit. I could really see them tying a nice Switch Lite into Paper Mario, take that game on the go, a good RPG to spend your time with, or maybe it's just a new basic color that fits the 2020 vibes. Either way, I think keeping the Switch Lite at the forefront and prominent is important in Nintendo. They stated in their recent financial calls that the Switch Lite is capturing a new audience. It's not cannibalizing the already existing Switch buyer. It's actually seeing new players purchase that specific portable only device. So I think continuing to invigorate that market and diversify that market is important. A new color, maybe it's tied to a game, maybe it's just a basic new color. I think that definitely gets a thumbs up from me, and I'll probably have to buy it. But what do you guys think is going to happen at this Direct? Those are my 10 predictions from learning about the big holiday game, which is huge. That is going to define this year for Switch. And if we find out about it here, it makes this Direct massive even without anything else. But I think we also get Paper Mario reveal, the fate of Doom Eternal, Smash Bros. Character trailer, Hollow Knight Silksong release window, Nintendo Switch Online editions, and much more. Give me your top prediction in the comments. I'm going to be reading through them. Let's see who is right. Let's see who has their finger tapped into Nintendo's wavelength. It's very hard to predict. We don't even know. We don't know what they're going to do or when they're going to do it. But I know it's soon. We can feel it and sense it in the air. I'm super hyped. I hope to see you there. I'll have all sorts of coverage once it does drop. In the meantime, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and are ready for that Direct. I love you guys a lot. Have a fantastic day. SwitchForce out.